Good to have Ash back. We can always use a friendly gun.
Anything else?
Good to have Ash back.
No.
We can always use a friendly gun.
All right, starboard observation. Here's Ash.
Good to see you.
That's it?
Good to see you.
Oh, come on. Give me something. It's crazy that she doesn't have anything for me. Like, as far as I can tell, we're not getting, like, loyalty missions or anything like that along the way either, so... I don't know, it feels like we're missing out on a lot of conversations that were available in the other games. Plus, they wouldn't let me play chess! Now that I'm in, like, the poker room, I'm reminded, like, let me play chess against her. Even if I lose, it's fine, but I guess they don't want to program, like, an actual chess thing.
Per your orders, I have the latest reports on the Council, Doctor. Their security is in disarray, but it would still be weeks before we could attempt to position any agents in their personal staff.
And it's far too risky after Udina's coup. Postpone those deployments.
At once.
I hear Glyph over there, but he's right here. Whatever. No more upgrades for me. Broker terminal. Audio recording from Councillor Gujir's Senate office. Secretary Phillips says, "The emergency fund's gone, sir. We don't have the credits to hire enough ships to evacuate the colony before the Reapers get here. Not with the prices their captains are asking for. Councillor Gujir, what about the military? They left an hour ago. They said it's too much of a risk to come back. Did they? Yes, sir. Here. Is this a passkey, sir? In an inventory? Phillips, I'm authorizing you on behalf of the city senate to seize any and all EZO stockpiles in our treasury in order to secure safe passage for our citizens on any available ships. These look like private stockpiles, Senate members' stockpiles. I'm foregoing re-election. Now get us those ships. Yes, sir. That doesn't sound good. Liara?
Thanks for coming by. Thanks for coming by.
Do you know what I did, Liara? Do you even know what I did? Oh. If I passed up fucking Trainer and Allers, and Liara does not end up, like, having any sort of relationship with me at all, I'm gonna be so pissed.
May I speak with you, Commander?
Yeah, give me a second. Here's some power bonuses. Nothing in here. So, what are my options here? I got a few new ones. I got Carnage. Oh, those are everybody else's powers, that's right. Power bonuses. So I have Carnage, that's definitely new. Major collateral damage to enemies nearby, effective against armor. Inferno Grenade. It's grenades. Warp ammo. Defense Matrix is new. Reinforced armor with protective Foucault currents. Purge the currents to restore shield. Slow down power use. Fortification. Armor-piercing ammo. Slam. Flare. And Lash. Slam's probably my favorite of the bunch. Maybe Flare and Lash. I don't know. It's between these three, though. I'm not particularly interested in the rest. All right. Let's talk to Chakwas.
Commander, an opportunity has come to my attention that may interest you.
What's going on, Doctor?
Refugees arrived at the Citadel recently in possession of military-grade medical supplies and equipment. In reviewing our inventories, I determined we have an excess of medical supplies to treat contagion, exposure, and malnutrition.
They're equipped to help injured soldiers, and we have supplies to help suffering refugees.
Precisely. Perhaps you could ply your charms to broker a trade.
Why me?
Isn't this something you could do yourself?
War profiteering is running rampant, and these refugees are wary of the Alliance military. They didn't trust me. But you are Commander Shepard, the hero. You could persuade them.
Yeah, I could do that.
I'll find the refugees as soon as I can.
Speak with Tactus. Many of the refugees near the Citadel docks look to him for leadership. Thank you, Commander. With access to their equipment and materials, I believe I could increase the effectiveness of our Medigel.
All right, another quest for me. Another quest for me. Citadel medical supplies. The Normandy's doctor has noted, they don't even say Chakwas because she wasn't the only one that could be here. The Normandy's doctor has noted a group in the refugee camp that has military medical supplies but needs simple civilians' necessities. Meet Tactus in the refugee camp to broker a trade. All right, lots of journal entries. Anything else before I go?
It would help all involved if you could barter a trade of medical supplies with the Citadel refugees.
Yep, that is
Speak
what you
to
said.
Tactus. You should be able to find him near the docks.
Anything else?
It would help all involved.
All right, we're moving on.
Citadel refugees. Speak to Tactus. You should be able to find him near the docks.
They didn't program in the voice being muffled through the door, so as I got closer to her on the other side of the glass, she was just as loud as if I was inside. It's kind of funny. Doesn't look like anybody is here. So let's move on. I think we're done on this floor now, so we'll head down to engineering. See if anybody else is around there. Only Garrus had moved to this point. So it's not looking too likely that anybody's underneath or anything like that, but we'll check out here with Javik. What? I thought I saw a red circle thing there. How you doing?
Traitors are the worst form of enemy.
Yep.
In our cycle, we would remove their limbs one by one and offer them a choice. Eat their own flesh or starve. Your politician deserved far worse than a bullet. And if the other human had not seen reason, her death would be certain too. There is only one enemy in this war. Reapers. No others will be tolerated.
Makes sense.
I would like to visit the Citadel sometime.
There's-
When it is not infested with traitors.
There's nothing that's stopping you now, I don't think.
I've heard about the Kylan human you encountered. It is good to have a name for the enemy I will enjoy killing most.
All right, well, I'll not bring you along for that.
Yes,
Anything else?
yes.
All right, looks like that is it from Javik today. So let's head into the engineering. Once again, we won't go down there. It's a long run and nobody's ever there. Daniels?
Shepard.
Donnelly?
Nothing to report.
Adams?
Nothing to report, Commander.
You guys are killing me. All right, let's go talk to Allers. See if she wants to flirt with me a little bit more.
Breaking now, the Citadel in flames. A brazen attack by Cerberus, repelled by C-Sec. We speak with the woman who fought on the front lines, Commander Shepard. How did Cerberus get in? Where was the Citadel fleet? Find out in a Battlespace exclusive.
Yeah, once again, like, you don't have, I don't know, like the enthusiasm that I expect from a news anchor for this kind of thing.
Commander.
Apparently that is it. I don't know if I could have actually slept with Allers. It did, well, they made her sound like she wasn't interested, but if I had gone a different way, who knows what the answer would have been. But I'm assuming yes. Cortez?
Shepard, thanks again for being there at the refugee memorial.
Sure.
I feel better. Everything's so much clearer now.
Good.
Glad I could help.
Never thought I'd be doing a combat drop onto the Citadel. I can't believe Udina. Great example to the other races, huh?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I appreciate you checking in on me.
I assume that's it?
Ma'am.
Ma'am. Alright, that's definitely the end there. Let's try James again. He actually did not want to have sex with me. I think I turned him down earlier, though.
Hey, Commander. I knew Udina was a dirty bastard, but I never would have guessed he was that rotten. This whole war is loco. I mean, can't they all see how we need to work together?
When people are scared, they're slow to trust.
Sure, but... what's the point? Look, just so you know, I've got a new shoot first, ask questions later policy when it comes to politicians.
Fair enough.
That's fine. Once again, like, I feel like he's got a little bit more of a delay than everybody else between his lines.
Do you hear that hum?
Alright,
Is
moving
that just
on.
me?
Estoy loco. I feel like that's a song. I know it is a song. I just don't know the next line because it's all in Spanish. I'm not sure if it's a mariachi. Admiral Anderson is available on the VidCom in the war room.
Commander.
I guess we'll go talk to him. There were a few war assets, at least 2, so feels like it's a little bit worth my time to go back and check again. Let's do the war terminal here first. Up to 2417 now. 103rd Marine Division. I feel like it's just an update there. Let's say it's Diana Allers. Yeah. Commander Shepard's interview with Diana Allers about the attempted takeover of the Citadel noted Cerberus' tactical missteps, which improved the morale of Alliance ground forces. Sweet. And the rogue fighter pilots are all new. When humanity began to expand its borders, experienced pilots were needed to establish colonies in the uncharted reaches of space. Some Alliance personnel heeded the call, and these luckless men and women have since been driven out of their colonies by the invading Reapers. After speaking with Lieutenant Steve Cortez, a few of these highly skilled fighter pilots agreed to fly against the enemies who destroyed their homes. All right. Worked out pretty well for me, it sounds like. I feel like I shouldn't overwrite my quick save. You know what? It'll be fine. Let's just talk to Anderson here.
Shepard. I was hoping you'd check in again.
You okay?
Been putting my old academy training to use. Organizing the resistance. You know, you've got quite a fan club back here.
I should.
Any news we hear about the Normandy gives hope to the guys in the trenches.
That's good to hear. It'll take more than that. It will, but no, it's good to hear.
I know what that's like, fighting in the dark. I'm glad we're making a difference.
It's more than that. A lot of these people have never held a gun in their life. When they heard that you managed to get the Turians and Krogan to cooperate, that was a shot in the arm, Shepard. Of the one thing we're in short supply around here, faith. That any of us will live to see another day.
How bad is it?
It could be worse, but not much.
Can you still coordinate any kind of counterattack?
We're hitting the Reapers every chance we get. Mostly guerrilla-style hit-and-runs, but it's not enough. It's time we started focusing our efforts.
Where?
London. Something big is happening there. Our networks in the UK say the Reapers have arrived in huge numbers.
Sounds bad.
I don't like the sound of that. Any more details?
No. And that scares the hell out of me.
Well, the Crucible will scare the hell out of the Reapers.
We're counting on it. Oh, and Shepard, I meant what I said earlier about Kai Lang. The Reapers may seem like our biggest threat, but take it from me. Lang is a vicious bastard. Don't underestimate him.
Noted.
Then I'll let you get back to it. We need whatever good news you can send our way. Anderson out.
All right, I didn't get a chance to investigate him at all. 2 more reputation points my way, and then we will head back and explore the galaxy looking for artifacts some more. There are a lot of those. It's not nearly as bad as
Commander Shepard.
a lot of the other mini games that this franchise has given us, but still kind of weird.
Commander.
Nothing. Just one last check. All right, we're good. Let's head to the galaxy map. It's only been like an hour. Let's leave orbit of the Citadel. We're not going to go through any of that just yet. I have different ideas in mind. Yeah, there's a few new places here. We'll head to the far rim last. Anakin Beta is done. Hades Gamma is done. Gemini Sigma done. Exodus Cluster is done. Jeez. Horsehead Nebula, I remember not having much. Wasn't there the Grissom Academy around here somewhere? Apparently we can't do anything there anymore. Alright, the Aethon Cluster. That's the next spot where we have a thing to do. So, is it here or is it somewhere else? It looks like it is just here in Aru. Wow. There it is. We'll investigate that, get 200 units of fuel that I can't do anything with. But hey, we're done. That's it for Aru here. So, let's get out. That was simple enough. Krogan DMZ, right? Serpent Nebula. Athena Nebula? That sounds new. Nimbus Cluster and the Minos Wasteland. There's a couple side quests there. We'll put off the side quest for now. I don't remember the Athena Nebula. Athena is my favorite Greek goddess, so like I should remember that. Wow, the fuel depot is like right here too. Oh, this is where Thessia is. Okay. The Asari homeworld has been called the crown jewel of the galaxy, the apex of democracy, and the beating heart of galactic love. Its republics have a remarkably low incidence of war, disease, violent crime, or famine, riding a stable economy backed by wealthy colonies and Thessia's vast element zero reserves. Traces of Ezo in the water and soil are so common that most life on Thessia has adapted to its presence. Thessia's fortunes have been upended by the Reaper assault. The communications infrastructure that forms the backbone of the society's e-democracies has been eliminated. Millions are without power, water, or food, a move to coerce the Asari into widespread surrender. This is a necessary part of the Reaper strategy, since husks alone have difficulty disarming or capturing a population full of biotics. 5.5 billion Asaris on Thessia, at least mostly Asari. 33,000 in the orbital stations. This is pre-invasion, even though I don't think there are supposed to be Reapers here. Atmosphere, surface gravity, and surface temperature, pretty standard. Yeah, are the Reapers, like, coming? As far as I can tell, there's really nothing going on here.
Signal confirmed.
Oh, all right, we got a thing. Let's enter the orbit of Tavura here. Tavura is named after an ancient, goddess of love, sex, travel, and law. Well, you know, you travel, you get into law trouble, and then you have sex, so it works out great. Spheres of influence whose overlap initially baffled human xenoanthropologists, I imagine. Asari reproductive instincts are strongly exogamous, and before alien contact, their instincts sent the Asari roaming around their kinship groups to avoid mating with relatives. The journeys necessitated a system of rules governing guests, fugitives, and alliance, all watched over by the goddess Tavura. The Reapers have ignored Tavura so far, its science stations and moon-based mining equipment offering little strategic importance. It is likely that a destroyer will eventually be sent here to exterminate any civilians. All right, let's start the scanner here. Looks like it's over here somewhere. Forget how much I have to move the mouse in order to move on that planet. What did we get here? The Asari cruiser Cybaean. I'll take it, I guess. That's everything around here, so let's move on. Wow, all right. I guess we're gonna have to go like one and back each time. Let's start with Orisoni here. Yeah, definitely one and back each time. This looks like the garden world to me. Neokal? Neokal is a lush plant with an overabundance of photosynthetic life, leading to oxygen concentrations greater than on most garden worlds. This is tolerable for a few hours, but soon oxygen toxicity becomes a real danger. You get high. Asari colonies here use breathers and sealable buildings. Neokal's economy centers on agribusiness and biotechnology. Many genetically modified crops have their origin here. Aware that the Reaper's plans of attack is to bombard industrial cities and enslave population centers, Neokal's soldiers and civilians alike have retreated to the planet's impenetrable jungles. A terrestrial guerrilla war may not be enough to push the Reapers off the planet, but it has proven successful at immobilizing the enemy and forcing them to commit more resources here for little gain. Founded in 177 CE, which is, for those of you a little more old school, that's AD. And it's 7.3 million people here. It's humid as all hell. It's dense atmosphere, hot as hell, and it's a little bit higher than normal gravity. No? And there's Reapers! Holy shit!
I found something.
Investigate! What'd I get? 350 units of fuel. That puts me up to max, and it's enough to get me out of here. That's only half of it, though. All right.
Faster than light jump successful.
I found the other thing, though. That's important. We're going to head down here to Tomorrow, since I got that fuel there. We're going to try to make good use of it. All right, this is the garden world this time. Lucia. The Krogan rebellions began in the Asari colony of Lucia. After centuries of unabated expansion, the Krogan finally forced the Council's hand when they tried to annex this world. Aware that in a generation, Lucia could be a staging base for an invasion of Thessia, the Council came to the colony's defense. They cut the Krogan supply lines off at Thessia's mass relay and inflicted heavy casualties. The Krogan have surrendered, but others across the galaxy were enraged. Lucia became the catalyst for a much greater war. More than a millennium later, Lucia finds itself once again in danger. Though the Asari have lost the high ground of space, the colony's web defense grid remains at least partially functional. Land, sea, and air forces are striking wherever they can, determined to resist until the end. Found in 505 BCE, 2.2 billion people there. Capital is Minoi. I have a feeling we'll find something here. No?